Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. So I wanted to do a vlog today for two reasons. One, because I wanted to address something that happened last week, which was absolutely infuriating, and it kind of goes hand in hand with a question that I get asked all the time, which is, hey Aureylian, how'd you get into YouTube? So we'll start with the problem that I was having, and that is that I talked about it in the last vlog. I left a mouse cursor like in the middle of the screen while I was recording, and usually that doesn't happen because like with XSplit, when you're using XSplit, it actually just pulls in the camera and then it records it and whatever. But in the last couple of vlogs, I have had people point out that the audio was desynced and I couldn't figure out what it was. So the manual solution is whenever you input the video that you have to like separate the audio and the video, and then you have to like match it up so that it works perfectly, and it can make it worse if you don't know what you're doing. So I thought, well, hey, Fraps is always really good at getting the audio and the video synced at the same time. So what I'll do, and I've done this before like in emergency situations where like recordings have failed, is I Fraps the actual XSplit window, and it's never been a problem before. So in this specific instance, I was like, I'll record the vlog, whatever, and I will Fraps the window, which Fraps is also not supposed to like record your actual mouse, like your cursor. For some reason, it did. Because I was frapsing the XSplit window, which is like a totally like back end, like you should never do that, but it was like a last minute thing, and I was like, I have to get this recorded, let me just try to get this done. And so I left it there, and then it was frustrating for me because then I had to go re-record it, and I didn't have time, and it was just a big hot mess. So my frustration is that I am like not a technical person, right? I didn't build my, like I helped build my PC, but when it comes to like picking out PC specs and stuff, I have no idea, you know, what video cards are the best, or like, I mean, I don't know. I just, like, I go in and I say, here's my price range, you know, what do you suggest? Like, here's what's most important to me, you know, my graphics card now works fine, so I don't need a huge improvement, blah, blah, blah. And then I have, like, the people at Micro Center, I'll have friends of mine help me pick which parts to buy, and then, you know, I did help build my actual PC, but I was, like, carefully monitored by someone else. So I'm not a super technical person, and I get people ask me all the time, like, how do you like your video card? It works. I don't have problems with it. I don't know. It came with an NVIDIA mermaid poster. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I'm not like a super technical person. I don't understand that crap. I don't like change at all, right? I use XSplit, I'm used to it, and people are like, oh, go to OBS. I don't want to go to OBS because I don't know OBS. Like, I don't want to change from Fraps and go to DX Story because I don't know how that stuff works, and then if stuff breaks, I'm going to be frustrated because then I won't know how to fix it. So it has taken me 2 years to like learn this whole setup that I have now, and now it's being completely overhauled because I've had so many issues with it, and I've been like constantly urged by my friends, like, stop using Fraps, stop using XSplit to record your video, like just record what you need to record and do it with these other programs, and, you know, do it the legitimate way, right? So I'm doing that now. I'm going to, you know, do things like the professional YouTube way, I guess. I have a lot of YouTubers that still use Fraps. That is a very common thing. It's free. So I have also paid for DX Story, and I've used DX Story. It's installed on my travel laptop because I've traveled. And I've had to record while I was traveling. I did a UHC for my laptop, and I was like, well, if I'm going to have to learn how to use it, this is a good time, since I have to download something anyway. And I actually really liked it. I loved the separate audio tracks. It was really easy to use, but I had somebody there who helped me set it all up. So maybe that's why it was easier for me, is because I had somebody right there with me explain how to like make it work, and it was great. So I really liked it, but now I've just got to get it now on my PC, so I will have that also. And then OBS I've like never messed with. I've never used it yet, so I have no idea. I'll have to, you know, tell you guys how that goes when I get there. But yeah, so I'm not a technical person. So a lot of people ask, Aureylian, how did you get into YouTube? And the funny thing is that like I didn't watch YouTube videos other than like funny cat videos and viral, whatever videos before I got into gaming. I didn't know that people had like careers on YouTube. I didn't know that it was, I didn't know the terms like LP. I didn't know SMP. Like, I didn't know any of these abbreviations. So I literally just played the game. I got on Twitter to try to get people to come play on my server, and that's how I met Martin in the Littlewood. And at the time, he was still working in the radio station. So for me, I was like, oh, you can make like some extra cash, because most of the people that I knew were either students and they were doing it, or they were people who worked full-time jobs and were doing YouTube at the same time. So I have no idea, had no idea at the time that this was something that you could do as a career. So when I met Martin and he was like, oh yeah, I'll help you get set up, and he helped me, and him and Pedro and Basher all kind of helped put my channel together in the very, very beginning. And I just had like no idea, I derped around. I was using like a really junky laptop. In fact, the first computer I ever bought to do YouTube was a Mac, which is the biggest mistake for like gaming YouTube, for like lifestyle vlogs, beauty, like that kind of stuff. If you're doing a lot of like audio or music, Macs are great. For gaming, I would not recommend it at all. The cost to what you would spend and the programs and how you have to make it all work is just not worth it. I spent $2,300 on a Mac, on a Mac Pro, and it was just not. I then turned around less than 3 months later and spent another $1,300 building the current setup that I have now, because it was just so bad. So I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning because I'm not technical. So how do you get into YouTube? I mean, you just play games, right? And I think that that's kind of the thing that you have to expect. And as an audience, things that you guys should realize is that most of us, a lot of us, didn't get into this to be famous or to like make money or make this our jobs. Like at the time, I was a stay-at-home mom and I just really wanted a hobby. I needed something to do, and I was already gaming, and this was something that I could do in my free time that I enjoyed doing. I liked playing with, my friends, and I started to grow friends in the community, and that was awesome. I really enjoyed it. So when I got into it, I had no idea. I'd never watched LP videos, which is why still now some of my videos are really derpy. It's why I make technical errors. I'm learning and I'm trying to learn, because that's not my strong point, right? I think everybody has areas where they're stronger and areas where they aren't. And some of those for some people are things like, their creativity. Some people are really good at building. Some people are really good with the technical side of this. They're really good with audio editing, and they're really good with that, but maybe they're not as good with the commentary, or maybe they're not as good as like talking to people on social media. I think we all have. I'm really good at the social media piece, right? I'm really good at the creative piece, organizing the events, getting people together to do collabs. I'm good at that stuff, but I'm not good at, the technical stuff, and that's okay, right? I think if you're gonna go into YouTube, you should just embrace what you're good at and kind of try to laugh at the derpy things. Like, I was so frustrated by the fact that I left my mouse cursor in the middle of this thing. I literally almost cried. I was like in tears, so angry and so upset, and just so bummed out that like I should be smarter than that. I should know how to work these programs. After 2.5 years on YouTube, I should understand this, and I didn't, and it was frustrating to me. But I have to give myself some patience and know that that's not my background. That's not my strong suit, right? It's just not. So, I think that that's the thing about, how do you get into YouTube? And I think that you just have to start. Everybody's videos are bad in the beginning, unless you're like a film major student and you're great at public speaking. Maybe that's like the new breed, right? Maybe instead we're going to be like the District 1s, where like we train people up to be, YouTubers. I have no idea. I mean, Boo now, like she watches a lot of my commentary videos, and she can do commentary on her own playing like Minecraft Pocket Edition on my iPad. Like, she will dictate to you what she's doing and she'll walk you through it. She's really good for like a 5-year-old. She is amazingly good at commentary, and she practices it because she's heard me do it over and over and over again. She probably wouldn't be the best at video editing because she, doesn't know how to use a computer, but that's the thing, right? So maybe that's like the new breed, is like we're raising these kids to be good at this stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so just start and know and give yourself patience and know that, like, you know, you have to try and you have to get better, but you're going to make mistakes. And that's kind of true with any life lesson, right? Like, you're going to make mistakes before you get better. That's the whole point of life. Nobody starts out perfect at anything. So yeah, you're gonna get messages like, wow, you really suck. Hey, you're really bad at this. Okay, so should I just never do anything I'm not good at because I don't know how to do it? And that's the thing, like, no one goes into their first music lesson and can just instantly, you're just, you know, a master, cello player or a master pianist. Like, nobody's good until they make mistakes, until they learn. Nobody, you know, makes a touchdown on their first play until they've had to learn how to avoid getting tackled. I don't love sports analogies, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? So I think that that's, you know, the thing. If you guys are interested in getting in YouTube, do some basic research, right? Watch a few videos, because that probably would have helped me. Learn what you're supposed to do. Learn some basic things, you know, watch some tutorials on editing, whether it's free with Windows Movie Maker, if you're going to use Fraps, whatever the case may be. Just do, 30 minutes of research on each different component and try. You're gonna get feedback. Hey, your microphone is really bad. My microphone was screwed up for so long. So I would just, keep trying to fix things and learn and grow and do better. And people will evolve with you and they will see you. There are people on this channel right now, subscribers, who saw Kelly, my friend Kelly, was in my first videos and now she sees me now. And I'm curious as to what Kelly would think of, like, wow, she's really a lot better at public speaking, or hey, she actually knows what she's doing when it comes to math. I was really timid in my first videos and now I'm just kind of a goob, but whatever. It's awesome. Fine with being a goober. So that's kind of my advice to you. Technology is frustrating for me and I hate it, but thank you guys so much for being as patient as always with me and being able to laugh with me and embrace the fact that that's not my strong point, and helping me realize that it's okay to not be perfect at everything, because nobody is. So yeah, you guys are kind of awesome and kind of the best, and for when I'm getting frustrated at myself, you guys are like reminding me, like, hey Ari, this is not your strong point, it's okay, like, we get it, you've left audio in videos before and there's a black screen and whatever. I make lots of video mistakes because I'm just not good at it, and you guys are super patient, and we should all kind of embrace each other for what we're good at and be patient with the things that we're not. So thank you all for being as awesome as always. Technology. That Justin Timberlake song makes technology seem so fun, but it's not sometimes. Sorry, nerds, but love you guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you in game soon. Make a bond, and that's when people fall in love. So be yourself, appreciate everything that you have and everything about yourself, because at the end of the day, that's what's most important. You are absolutely amazing. You are wonderful. You are perfect. And don't let anybody ever change that.